lot of people out there clapping that because this little girl had, man, y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you don't know Jesus by now, you better get you some. I ain't even playing. I ain't playing. For real. That's real. Man, you know what? Let me ask y'all this question. Do you think this little girl, I believe that she was born like that. Now, some people are born like that, but then they find their way to it. You know what I'm saying? They find their way into being this different person. Because what we're talking about is understanding the world around you.
Well, as an artist, I used to think that.
Now, he not normal now. He one of them weird ones now.
As an artist, I used to think that I was special because I could create music and do all these different things. And as I got old, to make a long story short, as I got older, what Christ showed me was that I wasn't special. Artists and musicians and singers and all that, all those things, we're not set apart. We just know what our purpose is and we tend to operate in it. Everybody is born with a purpose as a child, and it's all about the process of who you end up being. Are you there are a lot of people that I believe that most of the people that are unhappy in today's society are people that are not pursuing their purpose. Your purpose could be to be a good businessman, to be a secretary, to take care of the owner of a business, to be an accountant. All these things are gifts. They're innate abilities that God put us. We're like little ants. We all know, we all have a purpose to do our part in society, and I think that
You know what today? You know what, for real though, I understand what you're saying. Everybody, every what you call them people, motivational speakers, all them out there. They tap into that and they try to show you, a purpose driven like that guy. There's another one. All this motivational speaker stuff. The key is that you have to find out how to tap into that intuitive spirit, whatever you want to call it. It's a way that you can tap into it. And it's a process. And it's not, it starts by you asking a question on top of another question, on top of another question, and you start digging deeper. And when you find these answers are shown to you.
But who are you asking?
That's the question. Who are you asking these questions to?
May I answer that?
Oh, you sure can.
It's Toi Joi.
Yeah.
What we are was created before time.
Oh, thank you.
Because God knew us before he placed us in our mother's womb.
Absolutely.
And we came here already encoded
right
in our DNA with what it is that we are to do. Mm-hmm. And as Micaiah just stated, we're all connected.
Absolutely.
And each one of us it's like a puzzle, and each one of us is a piece of that puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes all of us to work in this society to have what it is that we have. Mm-hmm. And Micaiah also stated that a lot of people are unhappy in their lives is because they're operating, and he said this once before, a year or so ago, they're squeezing themselves to fit into a peg that they shouldn't be in.
Right.
Because they're out of order. They're operating in a talent or an area that they were not designed to be in.
Absolutely.
So and how you find that is you have to go within.
Absolutely.
I heard an older wise person once say, you can't learn when you're talking.
Oh, absolutely.
Until we be quiet.
Wait, you getting on my next conversation. You all up in, see, 10 seconds. See, we got this 10-second rule, y'all. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Oh, she all over the place. Whoa.
If I may just add one thing
okay.
before we move into the next topic. And that is, I think when people start asking those questions, it starts with asking a question, as she said. Mm-hmm. God starts to, or at that point, maybe they're not even involved in the Christian God. They don't know who they're talking to, but they're asking an answer. Mm-hmm. Jesus said that if you seek me, he would point to the Father. And
God said,
yeah,
if you seek me, I will show you my
yeah, and
son.
so it's a circle. And you search for the Father, and then he ends up pointing you to the Son.
Absolutely.
My thing is, I think people start asking questions, and God starts answering them. He starts showing a whole bunch of a light into people's life, and it starts illuminating some areas that people don't like to see. They see some things that they did not see before. And that people don't like, it's a rule of psychology, people don't like to be told that they're doing wrong.
But you know what? It's in that wrongness that you find yourself.
Yeah, but when
But you know
before
what? Let me tell
that's
you, that's a trick. Because my thing is that if you don't do wrong, how can you find out? I'm not interjecting anything to say, okay, go do wrong so you can find what's right. No, please don't. By all means, don't do that. But what I'm saying is that you have a way of tapping into the person that you are supposed to be. And sometimes you don't always find the right answer the first time, but don't stop searching.
well, and it comes back to a choice. When
Don't
people
stop asking.
when people see those areas, when they ask the right questions to where they get that illumination in their lives, it comes back to a choice. I can either look or I can turn away. And unfortunately, a lot of people are turning away because it's uncomfortable. They don't understand that that's what true faith is. It goes into an area where you're not comfortable. Real faith requires you being in an environment that you can't control.
You know what? You keep developing. There's so much. There's so much. Like I told y'all, he's so deep. My husband is so deep, y'all, for real. And there's so much that we could talk about. But I want to bring that in. But this is what I want to bring something back. Miss Niamani said something about being quiet. When you're quiet, when you get somewhere and be quiet,
Amen.
you can hear so much, so many answers. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, I talk a lot, for real. You know, I talk a lot. That's just what God, he's given me the ability, but he's given me the ability to fine tune it because I got quiet and I listened to him and I asked him, what you want me to do with all this talking? I know you made me to do all this talking for something. Now you're going to have to show me what I'm supposed to do with it. And he showed me because I asked him. And it was all because I got somewhere and I got quiet and I started listening to the inside. God, and I teach my boys this. I have two beautiful boys. God talks to you on the inside and you can feel him throughout your entire being if you just get somewhere and be quiet. You feel me?
Amen.
And I really want y'all to understand what I'm saying because I feel so passionate about it because this happened for me like this. I wasn't born into I felt weird all my life. I told y'all that before. But I felt weird all my life, but it was in me seeking God and really asking him who I was, understanding the world around me and being quiet so that I can actually hear him and he can show me who I am. How did it happen? How did it happen for you, Miss Niamani?
Oh, Kay and I laugh about this all the time. All my life, I felt like I had to keep moving. I would even, in living places, I don't know, every year I felt I had to move. Some people get in one place and they stay in an apartment. They'll stay in that one apartment 15 years. No, not me. Lisa, time to go. Go to the next place, It was always better, in my moving forward, I was always, the next place was always better. But for some reason, I always had to keep moving.
Wow.
Go over here, go over there. You got to go talk to this person.